Yo, what's up guys? We are back on Pokemon Showdown for my week 2 team builder for the PMC. Um, we won week 1 versus the Mascot Masquerades, and now we are facing the Dallas Staryus, one of our division opponents. They're currently 0-1. They lost a very close game. I think 0-1 or 0-2. I'm not pretty sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but definitely a solid opponent. I heard a lot of good stuff about him. His link will be in the description, either in this team builder or in the battle tomorrow. Dude is called Esperanza. I think he has ties to the GBA. He does their spreadsheet or something. Very cool dude. Very nice opponent. And he has a very threatening but kind of weird team in my opinion, because there's like a lot of bulk here, as you can see in the Glice for Mega Aggro on the Togekiss and stuff like that, and a lot of very good special attacks, but not that much physical firepower. I think we should go over the team real quick. He brings the Mega Aggron, the Mew, Togekiss, Gliscor, Scolipede, Roserade, Chandelure, Zoroark, Manectric, Kingdra, and Hariyama. Like obviously Mega Aggron is one of the best megas in the format, very underrated in my opinion. A very solid wall, almost impossible to one-hit KO by most attacks if you invest correctly. Then obviously Mew, the most versatile Pokemon in the format, and basically the most versatile Pokemon overall, because it can learn basically any attack. Then we have Togekiss, which is always a threat in the format, both offensively and defensively. Gliscor, which can do a lot of stuff, same with Scolipede. All three of these guys can baton pass certain stats if he wants to. For example, Scolipede can baton pass the speed boost, Gliscor can set up and baton pass, same with Togekiss. And he has a lot of stuff that really appreciate the speed pass from Scolipede. For example, the Roserade and Chandelure, which are kinda slow. Same with the Hariyama, a +2 speedy Hariyama can be a big threat to a lot of teams. Same with the Kingdra, which is kind of weird on this team. I don't know why he picked it. Obviously, it gives him a water type and a very good water resist, but without rain, Kingdra isn't that big of a threat in my opinion. And I really doubt he brings Kingdra, because I have the Thunderous on my roster, which can easily T-Wave setup stuff. Same with the Scolipede. I don't know if he brings it, because I can just Prankster T-Wave it regardless of how fast it is and basically make it useless. Also Prankster Taunt could come in handy versus him. So although I'm not sure if he brings his like baton pass setup stuff. I'm really expecting the Mega Aggron, because it's pretty good versus the majority of my team. I expect the Mew because it's his best counter to my Mega Venusaur. I expect Togekiss too. One of these two here will come, Roserade or Chandelure, because they give him very good special attackers that I have trouble walling. I don't think he brings the Roserade. If he does, he probably brings a Technician Life Orb set with the HP Psychic to really deal with my Mega Venusaur, because I have it on my roster and it's a pretty big threat to like half his team, I would say, because it can wall the Gliscor, it can deal with Mega Aggron pretty well. Use with Roserade if it doesn't take the HP Psychic or the Extra Sensory. Can take on the Scolipede if I wanted to. Deals with Manectric, deals with Zoroark, so very good Mon versus team, but as you can see I don't bring it. But I really don't think he will bring a lot of setup versus me, because I have the Prankster T-Wave and the Prankster Taunt, and I have the Ditto on my squad. I really think that this stuff prevents opponents from really bringing setup versus me. So I'm not sure if maybe he also brings not a setup Mew, but more like a defensive Stealth Rock setup, Defogger, stuff like that. But overall, as you can see, I'm really not sure what he brings, because his team overall is so versatile. He could bring a Subcar Mind Channeler, but he could also bring Scarf or Specs and go pretty simple with it. He can bring a Baton Pass, Scolipede, a Hazard Setter, an offensive Scolipede, all of which can be pretty helpful with me. So I'm really not sure what to expect, and because of that, I decided not to bring like a more balanced build, which I like most of the time, but more like offensive, bulky offensive, hyper offensive build, to really break down his core and deal with his fast attackers, because my speed on my roster is better than his speed, unless he baton passes speed from Scolipede into one of his threats like Chandelure, Zoroark, or Roserade. but I don't really expect it because again I have the Ditto. I can do whatever I want, so um, I don't really expect it. So the first one I bring, as you can see, is my Dactrio, because Dactrio will help me set up with my two setup sweepers, which I have here in the back, the represented Thunderous. Dactrio um, can trap certain threats like Roserade, Scolipede, if it doesn't pack the Taunt Test, Chandler, and Manectric, and kill all of them with the Earthquake. So that is pretty nice, especially if he brings the Manectric, and we both lead off with it because he maybe has a Scarf Manectric. I can easily trap it. Dactrio will be my lead 99% of the time. I don't think I won't lead with it because I want to have his Focus Sash impact. I want to get on my rocks early because he doesn't have the best setup hazard control. Only has 3 defoggers, the Mew, the Togekiss, and obviously the Gliscor, but if it runs defog it cannot run Poison Heal, so that's basically not a defogger. I'm not sure if he brings defog versus me because that would really hinder his ability to go versatile with Mew or Togekiss and like put offensive pressure on me because defog loses a lot of momentum. So he might not bring it, but he kind of has to bring it because he has so many mons that are weak to it. Like Togekiss doesn't appreciate it, Scolipede, Channeler, um, even Gliscor doesn't like it, although it has Poison obviously. But its rocks are pretty good versus his team, and so I really expect him to bring it on maybe Mew because a defensive Mew could be a problem for my team, but I doubt he'll bring it on the Togekiss because offensive Togekiss is so much better versus me. So yeah. Um, It's actually a pretty simple spread here. Max speed allows it to speed tie with timid max speed Manectric and Zoroark. I don't really want Jolly because I would lack a lot of attack that would prevent me from 2-KOing certain stuff like Togekiss with the Stone Edge, I think, if it's like a more bulky variant. And like I really wanted the higher damage output because Earthquake, I can trap Mega Aggron with it and like get big damage off with Earthquake. I don't think I will 2-KO it because he probably will run solid defense investment because I have a lot of physical threats, but I can do hefty chunks versus Mega Aggron and really whittle it down so that I can sweep later. Um, Storage obviously is for everything that's not grounded. The Edgequake combination actually hits his entire team at least neutrally. Most of the stuff even super effectively, like Chandelier, Manectric, Scolipede, Togekiss, Mega Aggron, all of these get like hit super effectively. And even with only base 80 and Adamant, I can do hefty chunks of damage versus his team. So that's pretty nice. The memento obviously is to set up my sweep later with either my dual dance Rapiria or my Nasty Blood Thunderous, as you will see soon. Yeah, Focus Sash actually pretty simple. It allows him to get up rocks and get off a memento unless he brings like a Scarf Togekiss and flinches him down. But I don't think I would stay in versus Togekiss anyway, so that's not as big of a deal. Next up, I have my only defensive mon this week, my Mandibuzz here, because I don't want hazards up on my side. Um, I want to keep up my rocks on his side, so I try to keep the Focus Sash on Dactrio intact, but that is easier said than done. But if he brings like a Spike Staking Scolipede or Roserade and like Stealth Rock and Mega Aggro and stuff like that, I want to get rid of them because my team doesn't appreciate spikes at all. A lot of my team is grounded, and I really need help on my team this week. And Mandibuzz is a very solid defogger against Team Defox versus the Zoroark versus a Chandelier that's locked into Shadow Ball. Defox versus Roserade most of the time. Defox versus Scolipede if I wanted to. Defox versus Gliscor versus Mega Aggron versus Mew if it's defensive. Even versus Hariyama, although Hariyama could be a threat. But it's just a reliable defog and my only way of hazard control. So I didn't bring it week 1, so I kind of expect him to bring hazard offense versus me. So I really want to have my Mandibuzz here to get rid of these hazards. threat is, the attacks are pretty simple. Knockoff obviously get rid of items, which could help my sweepers late game if I get rid of a scarf, for example, or a random berry, stuff like that. Whirlwind prevents any setup, Scolipede, Gliscor, Focus, wanna throw at me, even Mew. Manibus is my main check to Mew, my main switch in, because I don't really know what set he's gonna run, and I can take any one hit from Mew, even if it's +1 from a Carmine or something. The spread itself also pretty similar, allows me to basically take any hit he wants to throw at me. Mega Aggron doesn't knock me out. Mew cannot knock me out with a +1 Dazzling Gleam or something. Gliscor cannot touch me at all, even +2 Stonish doesn't kill me. After Rocket has a chance already. Torricus cannot kill 2-hit KO me with the Dazzling Gleam if it's defensive. I take hits from Roserade pretty well. I can take Fire Blast from Chandelure, unless it's Choice Specs, but with Choice Specs I can easily bring in my Rhyperior or my Infernape or even my Ditto, obviously. I can take any hit from Zoroark. Manectric, I can even take a Thunderbolt from Manectric if I want, but why would you bring Manectric if I have Ducktail, to be honest? Like, it doesn't make sense at all. Obviously I deal with Kingdra pretty well here because he cannot touch me at all. He can drop Dracos, but then he's -2 and I can usually pivot around on that. And yeah, Manibus overall a very, very solid wall versus team, and like, I don't think I need another defensive mon versus him because I want to get over this game. I want this game to end quickly because I want to sweep him and like break his core with some stuff to sweep late game and destroy his entire team. Easier said than done, obviously, because he's a very creative battler, very creative at with his team preps. So I really have to watch out for weird or like creative sets. So I actually got a scout for it, and that's why I have Ditto here. It's like Ditto lets me scout for every set he wants to throw at me. Like if I see random setup on some mons, I can easily can prep for that way easier than without Ditto. Because if I know a set, I can like adjust my game plan to it and really act accordingly. Because if I see like a weird Mew set that I really didn't expect, Mew lets me Ditto lets me scout for it, and then I can act accordingly, beat his Mew with his own weapons, maybe if I get lucky, or just like let me play around it better. If he packs stuff like Grass Knot on Togekiss for my Rhyperior, Ditto can scout for it. If he packs Rock Polish on Mega Aggron to sweep me, Ditto can scout for it and Revenge Kill with the Choice Scarf. Ditto just gives me that safe scouting option, a safe switch into certain threats, like into Fire type attacks from Chandelure, into Roserade even, into Scolipede, which cannot touch itself most of the time. That sounded weird. Gliscor, I can easily like copy Gliscor and scout for what it wants to do. Like if it's more of an offensive Gliscor or more of a defensive Gliscor with like substitute roost and stuff like that, and all these shenanigans. Obviously it helps me tremendously versus the Zoroark matchup, because if I imposter a Roserade, but there's no Roserade, no Sucker Punch and knockoff, I know that he disguises Zoroark as the Roserade, and that could really come in handy versus me. So versus his team is pretty fun to use in League format, I would say, because it can do so many things. But when I have Ditto, it isn't that effective. Like all these mons here, Mew, Togekiss, Gliscor, Scolipede, Zoroark, all these mons can do tremendous work versus teams that have trouble scouting for certain sets, or versus like not that open-minded trainers when it comes to creative sets. But I won't expect every possible set and try to prep for it. Like if he brings Swords and Zoroark, I want to be ready for it. If he brings Nasty Cold Zoroark, I want to be ready for it. If he brings Defensive Chandelure, I want to be ready for it. So that's the main goal of my team here. And versus teams that don't really look into stuff like that, at what mons can really do, his team can be fantastic. But Ditto can shut these threats down easily and can be a very, very good move versus team. So I kind of had to bring because the team is so versatile. Next up we go to my 3 main offensive mons. I bring Infernape for the first time. Very, very good Monvers in the combination of Overheat plus Flare Blitz or Overheat plus Close Combat. Actually 2 Chaos' entire team bar a very defensive Mew. And obviously the Channeler because I cannot touch Channeler at all. I didn't want to pick Earthquake or Stone Edge because I have a lot of stuff that can deal with the Channeler. I have the Rhyperior, the Dugtrio, my Ditto, and my Mandibuzz. So no reason to pack Earthquake or Stone Edge for the Chandler. But besides that, I 2-KO the Hariyama with Close Combat, 2-KO the Kinga with Close Combat, OHKO the Manectric with a Flare Blitz, kill the Zoroark easily, Roserade goes down, Scolipede goes down, Gliscor dies to Overheat plus Flare Blitz most of the time, same with Togekiss. Aggron obviously dies to Overheat plus Close Combat or Flare Blitz, and Mew is his best switch in for it, but then again I can easily U-turn out on Mew and do at least 25% with the Life Orb U-turn and get solid damage off on it. So very, very good Mon versus team. Speed obviously enough to outspeed Mew base 100. I didn't really want to speed to outspeed Manectric and Zoroark because I don't expect them to come, and I can easily trap them with my Manectric, and like Zoroark gets one down easily and has to be afraid of my Mark Punch. So he doesn't really have a good reason to stay in with Zoroark, and it cannot touch me that much because of compact coverage, I think, for my Infernape. I kind of gamble on him not bringing them, but then again I can easily deal with them because Zoroark gets absolutely shut down by Mandibuzz, and Dugtrio can easily trap the Manectric. So yeah, that like kind of makes me not wanted to bring coverage for them and not enough speed for them. So that I can invest in special attack and attack to ensure 2 chaos on basically since I think about the Chandler. Next up, obviously I bring my Thunderous Incarnate, which with combination of Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice hits his entire team neutrally, and some stuff even super effectively, like Gliscor and Togekiss don't appreciate the combination of Thunderbolt and Hidden Power Ice, and the rest of the team doesn't like to switch in on anything into any of my attacks. The V-spread here, as you can see, is pretty weird. I don't pack enough speed to outspeed stuff like Mew. That is because I don't expect him to bring Timid Max with Mew at all, and because I don't think I have a base 100 mon on my team besides Miltank, and I never would bring Max with Miltank. I think the speed is enough to speed creep Channeler or Togekiss, and maybe even modest Roserade or something like that, or something along those lines. I'm not sure right now. I think I can speed creep the Kingdra too, and yeah, the spread here looks pretty weird, but the speed is like kind of for everything but Zoroark, Manectric, and Mew, and obviously max speed Roserade, which I don't think he'll bring, but if he does, so be it. Scolipede obviously can outspeed me anyway, but that's not too big of a deal because you can just set up a substitute on a potential protect or whatever you want to throw at me. This thing here is my main answer to his focus, my main switch, and because with 20 HP and 76 per def, I can take a modest air slash and not get my substitute broken. If we run Specs, obviously he breaks my sub, but Specs focus would be pretty weird versus my team, and I can set up a substitute on it. If he brings a Gliscor without Stone Edge or Ice Fang, I can set up a substitute on it. If he brings defensive Mew, he cannot really touch me probably, and I can set up a substitute on it. Aggron doesn't really like facing me unless he packs the Stone Edge, so I can set up a substitute. Scolipede has the Mega Horn, which cannot break my sub most of the time, unless he's like very offensive version. And like I can set up substitutes on so many stuff that I scare out, because basically I scare out everything that's set up, so that it has set up, because could fear the Prankster T-Wave and maybe try to prevent his mon from T-Waving, and like I threaten out a lot of stuff like Choice Locked, Hariyama, I cannot threaten out Kingdra because Kingdra doesn't like to match up with Thunderous because he gets 2 KO'd by Thunderbolt if I'm offensive. Zoroark I can substitute on potential Sucker Punch because he must fear that I outspeed him. Channeler gets 2 KO'd by Thunderbolt too, so the main answer probably is the Mew, and if it's a defensive Mew I can set up nasty plots on him and have a chance to sweep his team. So I don't really need to max special attack because everything goes down anyway with the 228 modest nature after nasty plot. Like I took Mega Aggron and Mew after a nasty plot. I Oko, Togekiss, Gliscor, Scolipede, Roserade, Chandler, Zoroark, Kingdra and Hariyama. All of them I Oko after at +1 if he doesn't bring in bulky, and of course I tooth KO the Manectric, which again I can easily trap earlier in the game with my Ducktail. So Thunder is here one of my main win conditions this week because it's so good versus his team, can easily break down his wall core or be a late game sweeper. My second win condition this week is my Rapiria with the Lumberry dual dance, as I mentioned earlier. Enough speed to outspeed anything that is not scarfed at +2, and at +2 attack I can Oko his entire team. Offensive Mew or max HP non-defense Mew goes down after rocks with the Earthquake. Aggron goes down, Togekiss goes down with the ice after the Ice Punch. Gliscor goes down, Scolipede easily goes down, and I can actually set up on Scolipede. Roserade cannot take an Ice Punch, Chandler doesn't like Earthquakes, and so on. Everything dies to +2/+2 Rapiria. I even, after I Memento out with my Ducktail, which I probably need to in order to set up with Rapiria, I can even set up on the Mew with Will-O-Wisp or the Chandler with Will-O-Wisp because I have the Lumberry and I can easily go for the Rock Polish there, revenge kill them after they wanna burn me, and then set up a Sword Sense on whatever wants to come in. So if I weaken his Mew and potentially his Kingdra or Roserade if it's scarfed, or maybe max defense Gliscor, I have an easy time setting up. I contemplated weakness policy to make sure I can set up on the Gliscor and get a boost from the Earthquake which he wants to hit me, but that was not like the best option because I cannot guarantee that I get hit by a super effective attack. But Rapiria, if he doesn't bring Roar on his Aggron or Whirlwind on his Togekiss if it learns it, I can set up on those two too, unless he packs the Grass Knot obviously on the Togekiss, and like really threaten his team. Either Rapiria or Thunderous I think will break down his walls to a point where the other one can sweep. So that's basically the main goal. Get up my rocks, weaken stuff to a point where one of these two can clean up the game and then set up and sweep. So obviously Ditto is here to scout for sets, allowing me to know on which one I can set up, on which one I cannot set up, and then like play accordingly until I have done enough damage to set up and sweep. Maybe I don't even need the Sword Stance boost from Rapiria because Gliscor is at 75% already. Togekiss is just over half, and I can just Ice Punch them after the Rock Polish. Rock Polish obviously is more crucial than Sword Stance because Rapiria is so fucking slow. I have to Rock Polish up so that I can outspeed and sweep his entire team. But yeah, that's the squad for this week. Let me know what you think about it. I think it's a pretty cool team I brought here because it's something different that I normally do. Normally I like to run balance or bulky offense, but this time I basically bring just hyper offense and try to sweep him, whittle him down, and then hit him with one of my big setup sweepers and destroy his entire team. So what is also nice is that he doesn't have good priority on his team. Only priority he has is Zoroark with the Sucker Punch, which I can easily set up a substitute on, and my boy Will for KD Rapiria doesn't care about the Sucker Punch. Hariyama obviously has take out a Bullet Punch, but that doesn't do anything to these two. So I can basically, once I set up, I outspeed and kill everything with my Rapier, because if I kill the Scarfer earlier, he has nothing to outspeed me at +2, and I can just destroy his team from there. So yeah, I hope that this works out. The battle obviously goes up on Sunday, which is tomorrow, I believe, depending on when I upload this one, but I should upload it on Saturday, I believe. So yeah, battle goes up tomorrow, and be hyped for it. Let me know in the comments what you think, leave a like, and catch you next week.